coffee's good this morning. It really is. Thank you, G.
You're welcome.
For the coffee.
You're welcome.
I have been licking it off of my leg.
That's because the roads suck.
Dude. When was the last time anyone told you that you really, and please don't take offense to this.
Yeah.
But you really are a shitty driver. I'm serious.
Do you really think so?
I do. I mean,
well, it's kind of hard to drive when you got all these landmines in the road that you got to go around.
Oh, my God.
Because I have no problem driving. It's just, you're looking at the potholes, you forget the light's green. Or you're looking over here and you don't see the car over there. It's not my fault.
I had brown pants this morning.
Well, you should have worn brown pants. You got beige on so you can see the brown.
It's a little warm in the crotch.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Oh, my God.
You had plenty of time to clean up afterwards.
Listen, yesterday I posted the roads that are on the schedule to get paved this summer.
Yeah, right.
I put the post up.
Yep.
The information originated from the city.
Yep.
I put the post up.
Yep.
And have you seen the comments?
No.
A lot of comments.
Yeah.
What
People
about
not
this?
believing, right?
Well, there's a little bit of everything in there. But what about this road? What about that road? What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
When's this one going to be done?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of.
Well, there should be. There's
a
lot of bad roads. My God, get out there and do your damn job.
Now, hang on a second.
No, now nothing. This coal patching, you know the way I am. This coal patching is just half-ass backwards. They scraped Main Street and put a light coat over it, but everything else looks like crap. It's horrible. Don't get me started on the roads. People don't want to hear about the roads again.
You talk about the roads all the time.
Can't help it.
Let's talk about my incredible green thumb. I am so much looking forward to gardening. I'm looking forward to greenery. I'm looking forward to the splendor of the explosion of growth, not only around my garden, but around my patio. I'm going to be out there curating all of my plants.
I've seen your curations.
Making sure that everything is well watered.
Yeah, I've seen your curations. I've got one right here. Look it. This is what you did. You took it, roots and all, dirt and all, everything. Roots, dirt, everything. And you have it dead. It's literally falling apart. Look.
Don't kill it.
It's dead. What's wrong with you? This isn't curation. This is nightmareation.
Look at the color of that water.
Look at it. Look. What is this?
There's green slime in there.
Ugh.
I'll tell you what it is.
Well, because you put the roots in the water, too, so you waterlog the roots.
Because there's so much sun coming through this
No,
window.
there's no sun coming through any windows. Look at it outside. It's another normal day in Vermont.
It got too much sun.
That's what it is.
The sun was coming through
you over-sunned it.
And that's what created all the algae growth.
Yeah, that's not what created it, but let's go with that.
It's an accident, buddy.
Accident? This is murder. Look, murder. Look. And not only that, but the roots had dirt on them when you put it in there. Good God, man, throw that away.
You just lost another leaf. That's ivy. That's a resilient
and so that
plant.
shows, because I have ivy at home, and I cut the stems, and I put them in water, and they re-root, and then I put them in soil and give it to friends. But you decided to take root and all with dirt and just drop it in water. You should have cut the stems, taken the leaves off to a certain degree, and put them in water. But no.
I put the soil in the water for extra nutrients.
Listen, I had to take your dead cactus a year ago.
A year ago, you're right.
I had to steal it from you and I had to bring it to my house, and now I sent you the pictures of all the beautiful flowers on them.
I know.
Everything. And it's healthy as can be, double the size that you gave me. And then there's this. People, you see this? Do not let him touch your plants because he'll tell you, look, he'll tell you they're growing.
God, you're killing it again.
Look.
Stop hurting it.
Dead. Good morning.
It's Friday.
It is.
We have another weekend that is right in front of us. And for the busy folks out there, Locarno's to go is the way to go. New cooler locations, Hill Street Market, Central Vermont Meats on Preach Hill Road in Orange, Green Mountain Community Fitness. All these coolers are stocked up and ready for you.
Yay.
With home-cooked meals that are made local with local ingredients from Craig and Melissa Locarno, and they do a great job. So and it's simple. If you want to grab a pizza, they've got them all right there, freshly made today. So and not just pizza, too. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. The menu changes all the time. Wonderful people. We have a lot to get to this morning. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, update to and a kudos here to Kevin, who won yesterday the Bikers for Beth Day 2 Bucks Cash Raffle, $50. Kevin Sabins, and he is donating his winnings back, which I think is just fantastic. So this is going on. We had day one the other day, Rose and Eileen O'Connor. They got it. And now Kevin Sabins. So get on the Bikers for Beth page and have some fun with this.
Yeah.
Plans for the weekend? It's Easter weekend,
It's
buddy.
Easter, yeah.
What's the Easter go-to candy for G? Is it Peeps?
You know, I'm going to say I kind of like Peeps. They're gross.
Yeah.
And I'll only eat maybe a half of one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's marshmallow. You can't go wrong with marshmallow.
It's a little much, though.
Yeah, and a lot of people melt them down.
Yeah.
And then they put them in molds and things like that and make stuff. But
which is cool. Just don't melt them in the microwave.
No.
Don't put them in the microwave.
No.
It's going to be a mess that you'll still be cleaning up in 10 years.
Yeah, it's better to take the microwave and just throw it out and get a new one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just a fact.
For me, it's if there's chocolate, gotta combine it with peanut butter.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't just take a chocolate egg and pop it in the mouth.
No.
I've got to pop it in the mouth and then chase it with some peanut butter.
Yeah,
too.
I love eating like
make my own
a
Reese's.
Nestle's bar.
Yeah.
And you take off a piece, you put a little peanut butter on it, and you eat the chocolate with the peanut butter. That's delicious.
God.
Now, a lot of people will be like, why don't you just go buy the candy with the peanut butter?
It's better that way.
It's better. And what's really cool, I like crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
So I love putting that on the chocolate bar because then you get the chocolate, you get the peanut butter, and you get a little crunch.
Yeah, right.
Adds, ready, this is a culinary thing, adds depth to the flavor. Yep. You heard it here first.
That was beautiful.
Chocolate peanut butter crunch. Depth to
Now,
the flavor.
I was asking the other day and got some mixed reaction on this. Easter baskets.
Yes.
For the kids only or for everyone, for adults even too? I mean, is it like inappropriate to say, hey, I'm going to get my wife an Easter basket?
No, it's
with
not.
the kids too, but I'm going to get my husband or my wife one?
I think that's awesome. And you put a nice little gift in there for them, whether it be in an egg or whatever, just a nice little something.
Yeah.
And then you cover it up with the grass and the candy and stuff, and you give it to your spouse. You're not doing it for anything other than a just because gift.
All right.
Basically is how I see it. But there's nothing wrong with it. You do you. This is what I tell people all the time. You do you. If you want to give your loved one or boyfriend or girlfriend or somebody a basket, do it.
Yeah.
Maybe you could put, some Epsom salt, good smelling Epsom salt or a bath bomb with some cuddly socks and a throw blanket into a basket and give it to your partner or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And this way, when they open it, they've got a cute little basket. Because Lord knows, people go to the candle stores and they buy gift baskets of candles and soaps and stuff like that.
Sure.
So make your own for your partner.
We're getting a lot of opinions on this.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with. Listen, people, if you want to give a basket, give a basket. If you say hubbub, it's not my thing, then don't.
Yeah.
There are people who grew up Catholic and now don't celebrate Easter, and there are people who never went to the Catholic Church but they celebrate Easter. So,
But do we have to believe in anything? Do we have to celebrate anything? Can we just say, hey, it's that time of year, I'm going to get somebody an Easter basket?
well, you should be able to give gifts anytime,
Yeah.
just because you love somebody. But Easter has a meaning.
Sure.
Okay, it's not just bunnies and chocolate. It has a meaning, and
Absolutely.
for those people who genuinely believe, I say good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's amazing. And for those of you who don't believe, I say, well, that's your fault. That's your problem. It's your thing. Okay, because just because you don't believe doesn't mean you're not going to go to heaven if there's a heaven up there.
Sure. Do you believe in the Easter Bunny?
I don't believe in the Easter Bunny.
Okay.
No.
What about
I
the-
believe in Easter.
What about the Tooth Fairy?
No,
Santa?
not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Wow.
I believe in the Grinch.
Okay.
The Grinch is my guy.
I know you believe in the Grinch.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my dad. Somehow he got like and this was way back, man. This is like, I want to say 75,
Okay.
76, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Got like a stamp and made something. I still don't know what. I don't know if it was clay. I don't know what it was, but he got like a stamp of like a paw print
Uh-huh.
of something. And after I went to bed, after my brother and I went to bed, he'd go around the house and he would put the paw print marks.
Oh, like the rabbits jumping around.
Yeah.
How delightful.
and we'd wake up on Easter morning and we'd see all the bunny prints everywhere all over the house.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to clean it up. But
Yeah.
that,
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, right.
And the funny thing is you have a bunny at your house.
We do.
So,
And his name is
bunny,
Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean. And probably you could get away with leaving eggs and stuff out for Lily because
Mhm.
you have a bunny.
Yeah.
And on Easter Eve, your bunny stands up and becomes the Easter bunny. Let's go with that.
Are gummies involved with this at all, or
For us to believe, yes.
cookies?
No, gummies.
Jelly Bean came to us a couple of, I want to say probably a good 6 or 7 years ago now. It's been a while. Right at or around Easter time.
Right.
And he has been a member of the family. I say he. We're not entirely sure.
Did you ever bring it to the vet?
I have an explanation here.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
We don't know if he's a he or if she's a she,
Right.
which is very difficult with bunnies.
Bring it to the vet.
Well,
Uh-oh.
Jelly Bean, for a very short period of time, lived in the house
Okay.
until I had a fit, total meltdown.
Okay.
Gotta go.
Yep.
So then he was moved out to the barn,
Right.
and that was going okay for a little while until he got out. I mean, they're gonna get out
Well, yeah.
at some point. He's
That's
gonna
what
get
they
out.
do.
And when he got out, we were like, "Oh, there he goes, gone forever." No, he's hanging around the barn. He goes under the barn.
Yep.
He's chewed his way through some insulation
Yep.
and he's now underneath the kitchen.
Oh,
and
nice.
probably surviving, staying warm against some of the hot water pipes underneath
Yep.
the floor. I don't know.
Right.
But this is one tough animal, man.
It's black, right?
Black.
Yeah, because when we came over last week, it was just sitting on the step into the house.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
Just hanging out, just chilling. I mean, and I literally just walked past it, and it didn't do nothing.
And, during the winter, I mean, he's always got fresh food out there. We've got a heated water container, and he's happy.
I wonder why he doesn't go away. You keep
Because-
feeding him.
He knows that that's his domain.
That's his home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
Listen, just back to the Easter baskets here.
Yes.
When I posted a few days ago What do you think? It was the Facebook question today.
Right.
Easter baskets only for kids or for adults too? It was very much North Pole or South Pole.
Yeah.
People were just in the comments.
Yeah.
Absolutely not for adults.
Right.
Or absolutely
Absolutely.
for everyone.
Right.
Not a whole lot of middle ground.
Yeah.
People are so, like, I'm noticing if I drop a question or if I talk about something on the air, people seem like, and I talked about this with Chuck a little bit yesterday, we're running on short fuses.
Yeah. And
And
that's the problem.
We've
is-
got, like, opinions about everything.
I know. And the opinions are hard now. They're hard. They're die-hard opinions.
Can we lighten up? I'm just asking about the Easter baskets.
Yeah. But people have done, it used to be that we were softer. We'd be like, no, I don't think, or maybe we should. Now people, it's like they have to make a choice because of what the situation we're in as a country.
Yeah.
They're like, no, or yes, period, end
Yeah.
of sentence. They're very Gorbachevish with no, so it's unfortunate. And I think, based on what you guys were talking about yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm finding that in today's society, people are hearing or watching things and they're taking that and they're giving too much space in their brain to it. And I get it. Everybody's concerned about the economy. They're concerned about gas. They're concerned about the war, all this stuff. I get it.
Big concern. I mean, yesterday was unbelievable. The war just kicked into a whole new gear yesterday.
Well, yeah, Iran
The
finally
bombing.
said, I'm done.
And
I'm
they-
done playing this game. And they started bombing Israel, and they're
Real
getting them
bad.
from a couple of different areas. And what people are doing that are not involved, where we're here in Barry, Vermont, and they're hearing this stuff, and they're putting it in their brain as their topic of life.
Yeah.
And they're giving this real estate, the war, or this real estate, gas prices,
Or this real estate, Trump.
or this real estate, Trump, whatever it may
Whatever
be.
it is.
they're
Or this
giving
real
it-
estate, Easter baskets.
Right. They're giving too much space in their brain for that. And so when they get upset and say, oh, Trump's upsetting me and this is upsetting me, people, the bottom line is you're upsetting yourself. You're doing it to yourself because you're allowing that to take the space in your brain.
Right.
And you and I have talked about prioritizing things that's in our head and putting things up on shelves in a little box so that you can pull when you need it.
Compartmentalizing. stuff.
Compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
But people aren't doing that right now. They're walking around with angry faces.
Yeah.
And if you ask them, why do you look like, I'm so sick of the economy, it's costing me a fortune. But, slow down. You can't fix it by being irate. Okay? And you can't make yourself feel better if you're living in your mind with doom and gloom. So you have to be able to say, yes, our president is a complete asshole. And I have no problem saying that. I'm hoping that we don't get censored for that, but that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Okay?
Are you?
I am. Okay? And yes, the economy is not great. And yes, the gas prices are going up. And yes, we're in another war. And now, it's becoming a thing, this war. And they're making it all their whole life.
That was supposed to last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and you know what? It didn't. So let's take that and put it in its place and still enjoy the beauty of life, because there's so much more to enjoy than just doom and gloom. Doom and gloom is for informational purposes. They tell you things whether you believe it or not, whether it's true or not, because you don't know which news source is saying what that's true or not true, okay? But you're taking, let's say, a not truthful news source, and you're putting that in your brain and controlling your whole life with that. And that's not what it's about. Life is about having a good time, enjoying your family, enjoying your friends, enjoying your own life, taking in the scenery, traveling, creating, redo your kitchen, whatever the case may be. That's what life is. And everybody
living
is
in the present.
Yeah, and everybody's more focused. I get up every morning, and I'm usually up a little bit later than my brother, and he's up early in the morning, and he watches the news and stuff. I come up, and I say, what did Trump do now? He tells me what's going on. I watch some of the news, and then I'm like, okay, done. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't give it that real estate that people are giving it. And all that real estate they're putting in their mind, now they're going out and they're running into somebody else who has real estate in their mind on the opposite side of the fence. And now
Fire.
you have fighting and violence.
Yeah.
Okay? And you're fighting for something. You're literally getting into fights and ending friendships and everything else because of what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
But you had that friend before that was going on. Hold on to the friendship and don't give the negative so much real estate in your brain. And I think Paul would agree with me. If Paul was listening, I think he'd agree that, you know what, G? You're absolutely right. If you're getting upset, you're doing it to yourself. They're not doing it. You're choosing to do it. So instead, choose not to get upset.
I think a lot of us we get so caught up. We absorb so much.
Because it's the only thing on the news.
There's so much doom scrolling that's
Right.
going on.
There's so much of it that you forget to scroll for the good things. You know, I send things to my best friend, and it has nothing to do with the war, nothing to do with politics. I just send things letting them know, hey, you're special today.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I like you again today.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Because that's the good stuff.
Glenn saying when Walter Cronkite retired, that's when the news reporting stopped.
100%. 100%. Walter Cronkite was direct, straight,
Yeah.
and that's the news.
And that's the news.
Okay. Dan Rather
Unbiased.
was great for a long time, and then he started
I know
started
he did.
changing.
I
And he
remember.
started becoming opinionated.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't think news anchors have an opinion. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be entitled to opinions
Yeah.
on the air.
Crystal says sometimes, JD, people are unhappy with themselves, so they want to make you
Other
feel
people
shitty.
unhappy, yes.
Yeah, so-
Misery loves company.
Big time.
And you know what? When it comes to
Oh.
the war and all that stuff, when there's protests, peaceful protests, and you want to get involved with it to feel like you've done something, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with peaceful protesting. I'm not a peaceful protester because I don't really need to go out there and scream all the time.
Will it make a real difference?
It could in the capacity that they're doing it now with the No Kings, because now even Rome had a ton of people that were protesting No Kings, okay? So it's global that people are saying no.
Yeah.
And all it's doing is irritating. This is what I see. It's irritating our president to the point that he's so preoccupied
Yeah.
with it that he's making mistakes on his own. Okay, he's showing his own colors. More true than before. So is it doing anything? I'm hoping it does.
I don't know.
Is the
that-
president going to wake up right afterwards and say, hey, you know what? I saw that protest all over the world. I'm going to change. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know that if I were participating in one of these no Kings rallies, which I personally, hang on. Am I entitled to an opinion?
You are entitled to an opinion.
I personally think that it's just a giant waste of time.
Well, and that's your opinion.
And for me to participate in some kind of parade for No Kings in New York City, down on all fours.
Right.
You see these people?
Yep.
They got their bare hands. They're on the streets of New York City.
That's how passionate they are.
Crawling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying
And you know what? It's
maybe
good for
we
them.
should be passionate about things that are really right in the front of our lives, like our
But
kids.
you know what?
and-
It's when you feel helpless and you feel like you can't do anything about what's going on in your life, and I'm talking, between the war, the funding, the gas prices, the oil prices, all the food prices.
when you feel
when
helpless.
you feel helpless that you can't control any of this stuff in your life, and we all like to be in control of our life,
yeah.
our life, not
Yes.
control of other people. But when you feel helpless, doing something like a rally, a peaceful rally or something, gives you that inner feeling that, you know what, it may not do a difference, but at least I I got out there and I got it off my chest. I was able to do it. And for some people, that's cathartic so they can move on with their day.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't down protesters. I don't up protesters. I just think it should stay peaceful. If you've got something to say, other people shouldn't get hurt because you have something to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do it
yeah.
the right way. That's all I say.
Do it the right way.
And
yeah.
then when you're done doing
Don't
it,
flip cars and spray paint
right,
shit.
exactly. And when you're done doing the protest, put it on a shelf, compartmentalize it up there, and move on with your day because you have so many more great things you could be doing.
That are right in front of you.
Right in
Well,
front of you.
it's not just great things; it's more important things that should be
Yeah.
very high on your priority
Yep.
list, like your kids,
Yeah.
your husband, your wife.
Absolutely.
Frankly, your lawn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no. The lawn is important.
Megan just said that she just passed the street sweeper.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about that.
Yes.
Did you see the post from this Roger Boyce guy who was shaming me hard
Mm-hmm.
for just reporting
Oh, yeah.
that there was going to be an emergency parking ban
Yeah.
without giving the reason for why?
Yeah.
Which came in an email that I admitted that I just copied and pasted,
Right.
and Chuck
Yeah, but he-
attacked me on that
But
yesterday.
he was way out of control.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. We're so reactive.
Yeah, he was, but he was,
People are just wired for like.
but he
to be
wasn't
pissed.
He, if you're gonna make a comment or a statement online or on the air or whatever, just remember that if you're not appropriate, you're not really solving the problem. And he was in no way positive or anything. He was just insulting.
Dink.
Yeah, insulting. And you know what? You don't want to watch the show. We've said this a million times. If you don't like what you hear, shut it off. Okay? Don't sit there and bitch about it. If it's not your thing, just shut it off.
Right.
Instead, people watch the whole thing and then they post negative things. Okay, you didn't like what was said or you don't understand why.
Yeah.
JD explained it.
I did.
The bottom line is this: I got this and I wanted to put this out for people. As I get more information, I will let you know. But this person decided to make this the real estate in his brain for the day and unleash whatever anger he had on so many other things directed right at you. And I say, you know what? Good for him.
Yeah.
Good that he had a place to vent.
And
Because we take it with a grain of salt because we know
right.
this is just somebody venting.
Right.
Okay,
They're
and if you
pissed
wanna
off about something else in their
and
life.
if you want to call me names, if that gets you off, if that makes you feel better to call me a name, have at it.
Yeah.
Because, the old sticks and stone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Names don't bother me.
Chuck had a great point. He's like, look, man, as long as you're sitting in that seat, you're going to take fire.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that you need to take personally. You just have to understand that people are just there's just a lot of brain wiring for negativity right now.
Well, everybody is wired for that. Everybody is defensive right now.
Yeah.
And the people that are,
I can't believe that guy did that. Goddamn son of
and the people that are offensive are being offensive.
Yeah.
We're defensive or you're defensive, whatever the case. But the people that are on the offense are being offensive.
I would love.
Which is a shame.
I would love for this guy, Roger Boyce, to come in here and sit on that couch and say what he said into that microphone right to my face and to all of the viewers.
And see, that's the funny thing.
And
Because
he
everybody
never would.
hides
Yeah.
behind social media.
The keyboard.
Everybody. Okay? I'm watching a show that was back in the 70s. Okay? And I'm watching this show. And it's so funny because everything they do or whatever,
Yeah.
there's no computers or anything involved back then.
Yeah, right. Sure.
So people didn't get the word out of their anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't able to just put their. But ever since social media, they always say, why now? I heard somebody say the other day, why now is the whole world trans and gay? This was never a problem before. And now, you got to respect the gays. You got to respect the trans. These people, there wasn't that trans in the old days. Yes, there was. There was no social media to put your outrages out there to turn it into such a thing.
Yeah.
Because now it's a thing. Well, should they play in sports? Shouldn't they play in sports? Should they this? Is it right for them to have their bodies affected before they're 18? But this is all social media hyped it all up because this has been going on for years.
Yeah, but this is one example of many things.
All these things have been going on for years.
Our culture has changed.
Yes, but now everybody airs it out. They aired out what they ate last night. They aired out the fight they had with their spouse.
That's why the show's called Aired Out.
I know. But what I'm saying is people are just putting everything out, personal business out there. I love what Chuck did when he put this whole thing about him looking at the gay community and is he bi and all this. I love that. And at the end he said, and if you believe me, I'll sell you a bridge and such and such. Yeah. Because that's what people want to read.
Yeah.
I'm sure when people started reading his post, they were probably like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Gossip.
Yeah.
And at the end, he basically said, you're an idiot because you believed it.
Sure.
Okay, and that's how easy it is to convince people these days. If you put it on social media and you do it in a way that sounds professional,
yeah, right,
everybody's going to believe you. Meanwhile, you're not a source. You don't have concrete proof. You don't have anything that you saw, heard, or looked at that makes any proof to you. And if you watch Fox News, you definitely don't have any source or proof. And yet, people read it and they're like, did you hear Billy Bob is getting a divorce from his wife? I could post tomorrow, I'm so done with this relationship thing, I'm out. And I will get 100 messages. What happened? Are you guys really breaking up? And all? Because they have to know they're all in your business. Okay? Divorces, breakup, homosexuality, all this stuff existed for years, people.
We talked about this a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
You and I, here on the air. And I told you, I said on the air, and I'll say it again, the absolute shit could hit the fan at my house.
Yep.
But I wouldn't post it on social media.
Yeah.
If
it's nobody's business.
If when I say the shit hitting the fan, I could mean anything.
Right.
Like, one of us is sick, or there's been an accident,
right.
or
yep,
we're breaking up, or
yep.
I wake up one day and announce that I'm gay. Whatever it is.
Right.
That is so personal and private.
Yep.
That's about me and Sherilyn and Lily.
Yeah.
And I don't need to, my husband cheated on me.
Yeah.
Blowing that all over social media.
And remember what I said about that.
My God.
People want to be validated. Okay, and I got yelled at once for saying that from a couple of your listeners that, well, gee, it's not only validated. When you're posting bad news, reaching out for people to tell you you're right, that's looking for validation. Okay?
Agree.
If I see something posted about Donald Trump that's true, I repost it because of the fact that, well, I didn't say it, but I agree with it. And so I send it out there. Now, you can like it or dislike it. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but the way I deal with the stupidity in the world right now is if somebody says something that I believe, I don't reinterpret it. I don't give my spin to it. I just like it and forward it on my page. That's it. But if I want to post something of value, like a recipe that I made that's really good that I want people to try because it's healthy and delicious, that I don't mind posting.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not going to post a fight that my husband and I had 6 years ago just so that people can say, gee, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Oh, well, gee, maybe if you talk to him and this and that. And they give the stupidest advice because people's advice are so big. Have you tried talking to him? No, I just decided to walk out because I felt like it, or, there's counseling out there. We know that. So why are you telling people this shit? So that we can what? Give you advice or tell you how much we love you or stuff. Guess what? You can say, I baked a cake that everyone in the house loved. It was delicious. If anybody wants a recipe, hit me up. That's good stuff. So
Yeah, but it
post
was
nice stuff.
Oh, it was a pineapple
It was
upside down
too
cake.
sweet. I don't. Here's the best.
That's
When I say to
disgusting.
somebody, I love chocolate, and they go, no, that's not. No, I can't. I don't have
no,
a sweet tooth
no,
for that. No.
no.
And I'm like, but I do, and that's fine. But I don't, and
I don't.
I don't like that. And they go into all the negative shit. So if you know people are going negative, why say anything at all?
Here it is. Wow, are you on the soapbox?
Well,
My brother.
because I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in society right now because everybody is taking the negative road, and they're taking it because their leaders are taking negative roads. Okay, so we're taking negative road, and everybody's become confrontational and upset. People get into fist fights over the stupid arguments because they're so angry in
Yeah.
life right now.
Yeah.
That they gotta take it out on each other.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
if you're that angry in life, write a letter to your congressman or to the president himself.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote a letter to the president and I mailed it. I hope to God someday he gets it and the police come to arrest me because
Yeah,
all I
right.
did was tell him the truth
So here,
of how it affects me, not the world, me.
Yeah.
A person, and what I think of him and his ignorance and
Yeah.
his lack of intelligence and his lack of reasoning and lack of being humane.
yeah.
You know, my God,
I
I
do.
don't care about anything. If you're the president, you should be very humane. You should be worrying about your people,
Yep.
not worrying about starting wars everywhere else and raising prices and
Yeah.
all that, and then lying to everybody. And
This
that's
is-
what upsets people right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's stuck on that,
What I've
so they're
what,
in a bad mood.
what I've decided to do is I'm slowly working my way through my friends list, and I'm just having a look at, like, if I'm seeing something that's folks that are consistently posting something that's negative.
Mhm.
You know, and ironically, one of my Facebook friends, who I barely know, and I asked myself, I'm like, you hardly know her. She has the words on her profile: do you add to the quality of my life, or do you take from it?
Yep.
And
Excellent.
this person is consistently negative, sarcastic,
Right.
angry all the time. And I'm just like, I'm just trimming the fat here, man.
And you're asking yourself, well, is that quality of life that she's talking about for her, if she's always negative, is that
Yeah.
something I want in my life?
Yeah.
Because I've gone through my Facebook friends and I have deleted a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay, not because I don't believe in what they say or because I don't even know you.
Yeah.
You friended me because you saw me someplace once.
And it's like this. It's like this guy that I'm driving down the road, and I explained all this the other day.
Mhm.
I get an email from the city of Barrie
Yeah,
saying there's an emergency parking ban.
you're stuck on that.
I am.
You're giving too much real estate to it, dude.
But there was no explanation as to why, so I just put that on Facebook.
I know, but you keep reiterating that, and people are like, we know, JD, we know.
But people are so freaking wired for
And
negativity.
let them be that way. You get
They need to get a fucking life.
No,
bro.
yeah, and you need to not take everything so hard. Okay? You gotta slow down and prioritize what's important to you. What's important to you is your family.
Yeah.
Okay? Cheryl Lynn, Lily, your home,
Yeah.
the close people that you know you can trust with your life.
Yeah.
That's all that's important.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Everything else, you got to get a second job to be able to pay for gas. Then go get a second job right now. And you can be angry about it, but don't make that your life.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to get a second job just to be able to buy groceries. That sucks. We hear you.
Yeah.
We heard you. Now put it away and keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, because I've learned that. Because for a long time when I was younger, I held everything in.
Yeah, right.
Everything. Now, guess what? It's all still in there.
Yeah.
But now it's in places that I can draw on it when I need it. And sometimes I go through it myself. I'll be sitting there quietly, and Jed will say, "What are you doing? What's the matter? You look like you're thinking." I am,
Yeah.
because I'm thinking about, you know what? I said this, and this person reacted this way, and that really upset me. So I'm going to pull that box down. I'm going to dissect it, and then I'm going to throw it away.
Yeah.
Because it's up there. I just need to look at it, face it, dump it.
Yesterday, I asked Chuck about his feelings about Chipotle and Starbucks.
Yes.
Coming into Berlin.
Yes.
Right up next to the
And what
Fox
did
Run
he say?
Apartments, next to the Berlin Mall. And, well, he gave his opinion on the air yesterday,
Yeah.
which was expected and kind of strong. And then I decided to post that as
Yes, Crystal, you're still on my friends list.
I put that on the Facebook question of the day yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go through and you read those comments,
Yeah.
they're either like super pro
Yeah.
or super
super negative.
super against.
Yes.
There's no middle ground.
I know. And that's, when I found out what was coming up there, I was black or white also,
Yeah.
until I thought about it. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to take something and put it on a shelf until you're ready to think about it. And I thought about it because I was like, Chipotle, okay, I don't necessarily love nor hate Chipotle
Yeah.
in any way. Jed, my neighbor Tracy, they're all like, oh my God, I love that place. You can go get a quick meal, inexpensive. You can eat it there or you can take it out.
Sure.
It's, great. And I agree, because I had Chipotle with Jed when we were down in Philadelphia, and it was nice. It wasn't, great Mexican food or whatever, but it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can choose healthy or unhealthy foods there, whatever your choice, because it's your body, your choice. Okay? Starbucks, I'm not a huge fan of. Okay? I like Starbucks as far as you can get these neat flavored drinks and stuff like that. I don't like the calories that comes with Starbucks.
Yeah. Right.
Okay? But we have one in Price Chopper. And now they're putting one at the top of the hill, too. If they're taking the one out of Price Chopper, great.
Yeah.
That's fine. But do we need another Starbucks? I'm not sure we do, because we have one, unless that one's closing.
You could say the same thing. Do we need another Dunkin' Donuts? Do we need another tire store?
Right.
Do
Oh,
we
my
need
God.
another-
What
do we
what
need
do we
another
count?
bank?
What did we count? 4 tire stores as we were driving down to Montpelier?
Within 4 miles.
Within 4 miles. Do we need another bank? Do we need? But you know what? Those, again, are questions that we can ask, but let's
Yeah.
not consume our head about it.
Yeah. But,
And that's what people are doing.
And a lot of people were basically kind of saying, yeah, I'm not, excited about it, but it's not bad news.
Right.
At least it's development.
Correct.
At least it's
Yes.
progress. At least
But
there's
it's in
something
Berlin.
there.
It's
I
so
know.
hard to develop in Barry. I wonder why
At
people.
least it's better than nothing there at all.
Yeah, I wonder why, and I know Glenn's answer because Glenn has said it many times, but I wonder why people aren't setting up their businesses on Main Street in Barry. I wonder why. Because there's plenty of room, plenty of space.
And I will ask, what's happening? I reached out to Barry Area Development yesterday,
Yep.
inviting them on the air. I hope Josh comes in here.
Right.
I'm going to ask, what's coming? What's the status on the Soups and Greens building?
Right. Yeah.
What is
The status
the
is
plan? What is the plan
That's
for
the
the
thing.
Salvation Army building?
Yes, that's the thing. What's the plan? What's the discussion? Because
Is there
we,
a
the
plan?
people, should be entitled to some information. But right now, the bottom line is it's too goddamn expensive tax-wise to be able to do that here
Yeah.
in Barry.
Yeah.
Okay? It's too expensive to do anything in Vermont.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, you have to understand. No, you don't have to understand. The taxes and living expenses in Vermont is the highest per capita.
Yeah.
Okay? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, but it's beautiful there. Really? If I want scenery at my house, if I want to get a house that has scenery of the mountains, I have to pay higher taxes.
Yeah.
Scenery tax.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Come on, people. So, but these things we know, we think about, it's in our heads. But if we wanted to spend all day angry at it,
Yeah.
then we're just doing ourselves an injustice. We have to be able to form an opinion independently and then put it away so you can continue living your life. When we air out some of this stuff about taxes or the roads or the president or whatever, we're doing it for an hour. So it's like, all right, G, you're saying put it in its place, but you're talking about it. Right, because it's part of the show. But when the show's over, we get in the car, you and I, and go back to my house, and the whole way there, we're laughing about other things.
Sure.
Because it's done. It's been said. People can now form their own opinions on what's coming out of my mouth or your mouth, and some people will like it. Some people will say, oh, G, you're this way. Oh, JD, you're that way. Great. That's why it's aired out, and we get in front of the microphone and the camera knowing that you're going to have comments to us, knowing that you're going to tell us we're wrong, knowing that you're going to call us names.
Sure.
We know it.
Yeah.
But when we're done, we move on. Are you moving on, or are you spending the whole day saying, I can't believe G was talking about Bob. That makes me so mad. Now I'm in a bad mood. Well, that's your fault. I didn't make you in a bad mood. You made yourself in a bad mood.
Yeah. Right.
So put it away and enjoy your life. That's the way I see it.
You know, it's like even the whole Kid Rock helicopter thing.
Oh, my God.
People are so pissed off about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for Kid Rock. Horrible for Kid Rock. He should go to jail.
Yeah.
What's going on here with the military? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, like Chuck said yesterday, too many opinions, and opinions are like assholes.
God.
We all have them, and I believe Glenn finished it saying, and they all stink.
Yeah.
Okay? Because people, there's so much more exciting stuff to talk about. Easter's coming. The kids are getting excited about hunting for Easter eggs. There's places around here, Washington County Mental Health did a whole Easter hunt thing for the clients and for their clients' families and stuff like that. There's so many good things going on.
Yeah, there is.
That when you pull up to the gas pump and you see that the price is $4 and something, get a little annoyed because that's costing you money. It's costing you food money. It's costing you oil money and all that. I get it. You can get annoyed and not spend the whole day annoyed.
Yeah. People are unhappy for a number of different reasons. We all have very unique experiences in our lives.
Yes.
There's always something going on.
Yep. And there's always something negative.
Whether it's a problem with our relationship, our boss, is something. And there's plenty of good stuff, too.
Yep.
But the folks that, like yesterday I had one, but it's like, just remember that, like Crystal said, you got to get over it. You got to just take a deep breath and move on.
Yes.
And if some of us need some help doing that, and if you do need help doing that, you just mentioned Washington County Mental Health.
Well, also, if you go to, listen, Washington County Mental Health, great facility. I worked for them for years, okay, or worked with them, I want to say. They never treated me like I was a work-for-me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Great place. But guess what? The Barry Medical Center up the road here has a psychiatrist there and has counselors there. Okay, there's places up in Berlin. There's places in Montpelier. There's places all the way to Burlington and Brattleboro that have mental health facilities. If you don't want what's the word? If you don't want that hanging over your head that you went to Washington County Mental Health, go talk to your doctor and have your doctor set you up with somebody. If you don't have a doctor, call the health center and say, hey, I need some help.
Yeah.
And they'll get you in to see somebody. All right? So if you're having mental health issues, yes, utilize them. But so many people are having breakdowns because they're absorbing and living in the negative. And you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, look, last night it was sleeting and icy rain. Okay? It was very easy for me to say, I am so done with this shit. And I did say that.
Yeah.
But 2 minutes later, I sat down next to my dog and we watched a movie. And I moved the fuck on.
Yeah.
Okay? You're entitled to your opinions, people, and you're entitled to feel angry or happy or sad or hurt. You're entitled to all those feelings. Just don't make those feelings your day.
Yeah.
When people say, I'm in a bad mood, I woke up in a bad mood. Okay? And so we all have to deal with that? Stay home. Stay in bed until you feel better.
229-0591. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Washington County Mental Health.
Yeah, there
Great
you go.
people. Great people.
But what I was saying is there's so many exciting things going on
Yeah,
in the
there
world
is.
right now. There's
Yeah.
so many positive things. Look at the spaceship got up into space. They're all healthy and safe.
Yeah, but there's a problem with the toilet.
There was a problem with the toilet. And you know what? People get all upset. Yeah, how can you send them up there knowing that that nothing's 100% people? Does that really affect you in any way, shape, or form? Come on.
Well, I mean, there is a problem with the toilet.
Yeah. Good. Go in your suit.
Gonna find the negative.
That's the other thing is there are people out there that are negative mongers. They love being negative.
First 6 hours of the flight, couldn't take a crap.
Yeah. But people, they not only do they get into your business, they turn your business negative. Okay, I've had people that when I say something, they immediately turn into a negative. That I'm thinking to myself, should I feel bad? Did I say something wrong? And then I'm like, you know what? That's how they perceive it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. When you're getting mad at somebody because that person's pro-Trump or pro-Vance or pro-whatever, okay, you're getting mad at them. And why? How does that person directly affect you? Why are you giving that person so much space in your brain? You know, there are things my husband and I agree to disagree. And that's the way I like to live. I have an opinion, you have an opinion. If I don't agree with you and you don't agree with me, it doesn't mean we can't be friends. It just means that I choose not to let your negativity about my opinion affect me as a person.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I have an opinion and somebody gives me theirs, it sways me because I'm like, you know what? I did not know that, or I didn't think about that. Tracy, my neighbor, is very good at that. I'll say something and she's like, yeah, but did you think that. Perfect example. I'll give you a very simple example. I was hell-bent when we went on that cruise. I was hell-bent that night for dinners and stuff like that, Jed was to dress nicely. Remember?
Yeah, of
I
course.
was hell-bent. And Jed's like, what? I'll wear my shirt and my shorts and a collar. I said, can't you wear pants? And so I told Tracy, you know what? If he wears shorts to dinner, I'm not going to hang. I'm going to stay with JD and Sherilyn and pretend I don't know him because it embarrasses me. And I like my man and me to look good. And she said to me, is that the hill you're going to die on for this cruise? And I said, what? And she's like, do you want to be annoyed at him every night? Or do you just want to say, you know what? This makes you happy. I don't like it. But hey, this makes you happy. And I don't want you to be unhappy on your cruise. I want you to enjoy it too. And just say, you know what? This is my man. This is how he dresses. It makes him happy. She says, or do you want to yell at him every day to put on pants or whatever while you're on the cruise? Now, my opinion was dress the fuck up. And then she showed me something that I came home and I said to Jed, you know what, honey? For the white party, I bought you white linen pants. But other than that, if you want to wear whatever because I want you to be comfortable. Okay? So sometimes my opinion, when somebody gives me their opinion, it changes my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm always, just because I have an opinion doesn't mean I'm not going to be open-minded to other surroundings that may help me process my opinion.
Yep.
Okay, and that's what people don't do. They're like, this is my opinion. You say, well, I don't agree. Well, then fuck you.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Really? That's the hill you're going to die on?
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I hear you, I respect you, I've heard you out, I still feel this way, but I respect your opinion. Or I hear you, I didn't think of that. Let me reprocess. Those are the things that are important. Things that make you happy.
Chuck is just tuning in, just joining us.
Chuck, you know, I tuned in for your show.
Unbelievable. Does he not know the show, that it starts at 9 o'clock?
I tuned in for your show, Chuck, on time.
Yeah.
And I even complimented you that you looked great.
Yeah.
Okay, the whole thing. I don't know if you saw this, Chuck, but I made a promise to you. You said you're trying to quit smoking really bad. And my promise to you was when you quit for 6 months straight without one cigarette, I will make you one of my cheesecakes and give it to you.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm on your side. You couldn't even get on the show for me.
Yeah.
So, you know what, Chuck?
Whatever.
I'll do what everybody else does. Fuck you!
Yeah.
But honestly, Chuck, you were probably working and busy, and I respect that. I was just busting your chops. But he did look good.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah, down 45 pounds.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
God.
awesome.
Um,
I still have this plant next to me. Oh,
Monday,
yeah.
this coming Monday, is going to be an episode that you don't want to miss. You know that I've been talking about the dugout.
Yep.
Guy by the name of Josh Foster
Okay.
reached out to me and said, my family owned the Dugout Restaurant from 1981 to 1990
Okay.
before selling it to the Salties. He's got a lot to say about the Dugout Restaurant.
Okay.
And he's told me I got a lot to say. A lot of it is some pretty fond memories.
Does he have answers as to why it looks like that now?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll have to ask.
We chatted a little bit, and he's like, we'll save that for the air.
Yeah.
So he's coming in Monday morning.
Okay. Cool.
He's driving far away
Mm-hmm.
To come in here and
Nice.
to join us. And
Nice.
I really look forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm also, just a heads up here, I'm going to be putting up a post in a little bit, which is the email response to me from the superintendent of the Central Vermont Supervisory Union.
Okay.
That's coming up as well.
Okay. No hints, no nothing.
Now I'm going to let everyone read it and kind of come up with their own.
So you're throwing something out there, and we'll hear a bunch of negatives and positives and all that stuff.
I'm gonna be transparent and put it out there.
I challenge everybody when you read it to read it, process it, and then let it go. And don't make it part of your day, whatever it is. I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Okay. But you say it for informational purposes to let people know what's going on. Okay. People, when you see it, process it normally. Pretend you're not angry at the world right now. Pretend you're not thrilled with the world right now, and just process it normally.
Yeah.
And make positive, not even positive, make productive comments. If you're anti, then give productive reasons. Don't shoot the messenger, which is you. Okay? Just give productive responses that are thought out. I watched My Cousin Vinny the other night with Tracy, and the judge said to Vinny, he says, Mr. Gambini, that was the most thought out, well put together, productive statement you've made so far. So when you make statements, let's make it well thought out, productive, and not just anger and stupid opinions.
Yeah.
Well, my opinion, JD, you're just being a this. Let's leave that out and just say, I did not know that. Okay, this is my thoughts.
Yeah.
If you're going to comment productively. That's all. The negativity, stopping the negativity starts with each individual person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to stop my negativity, but you got to do the same. And so does the next person. Otherwise, we're just living in that environment that we're in right now, a negative world.
Yeah.
It's nice to patronize businesses that are positive. I don't go into certain businesses because they're negative. Okay, I went into a business last week with you, and all I heard was complaints.
Yeah.
And
right.
I was like, not sure I really want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to go someplace and buy something of yours when all you're doing is spouting how miserable you are? It's not my kind of environment. So just remember, people, when you're super negative all the time, you're also turning people away. You may be turning a best friend away. A friend you haven't met yet that could probably enlighten or make your life more enjoyable, but you will never meet that person because you're too negative. So you're cutting your own nose off to spite your face. That's my opinion. and I'm entitled to it. Just saying.
Thanks for coming in here, G.
Hey, anytime. Anytime.
Love having you.
I love being here. This time we're cutting it short because we have places we have to go, people we have to see, and stuff like that. But I want to wish everybody a happy holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It may not be your holiday. It may be your holiday.
Yeah.
Okay? You possibly could be Jewish or Catholic.
Yeah.
Or Christian or whatever. If you're going to be Jewish, if you're going to be Christian, if you're going to be Catholic, why don't you practice what you preach?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Practice what you preach. God loves you. We love you. Well, then act like that.
Yeah.
Don't be so negative, Nancy. And that's how I see it, damn it.
You realize that we're going to be spending $92 million on Easter candy?
And
$92 million.
it's not your $92 million.
I thought there was a recession.
There is a recession, but people buy stuff they don't need.
Happy Easter anyway.
Yeah, happy Easter anyway. You don't have to have something in your hand to enjoy Easter, people. Just go. It's a day of family. Go have a nice time with your family, and let your family know that you love them. Let your friends know that you care. That's all. And if you don't, well, then you're just mud. You're just dirt under my shoe. Not important to me.
Thanks, G.
No. Thank you.